Hi, my name is Jessica Campos, and I'll be introducing the Insight Squad presentation for Ocean 8 film. This film, this film analysis team is myself, Jessica Campos, Alyssa Falco, Margaret Bailey, Emma Evans, and Drea Batiste. The Insight Squad will be presenting the thrilling and clever world of Ocean's 8. This isn't just a story about stealing diamonds, it's about strategy and staying 3 steps ahead. The film was released in 2018, a film that flipped the script on the classic heist genre with an all-female crew. Ocean's 8 is a spin-off of the Ocean's 11 franchise. Debbie Ocean is released from prison and immediately sets a heist in motion. That is to steal a $150 million necklace during the prestigious Met Gala. She assembles a specialized team of women, each with unique skills in fashion, tech, artistry, and logistics. As the plan unfolds, the crew navigates challenges, betrayal, and high society, all while pulling off one of the most elegant heists in cinematic history. Ocean's 8 is the perfect case study of Pool's idea in action. The heist team does not follow a simple linear process. Instead, their communication and hinges this decision making evolves through multiple sequences. Their success hinges not just on the plan, but on adaptive collaboration, relational trust, and dynamic group roles, all central to Pool's view of group interactions. Pool's multiple sequence model of group communication as a team navigates tasks, topic tracks, relational tracks, and breakpoints. So now I'll be introducing Alyssa Falco as she talks about the next task.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'll be recording Alyssa's section for her. So Pool's task track is centered around problem solving, decision making, and completing the end goal. The crew in the movie Ocean's 8, as well as our group, can be analyzed through this theory. To compare our group and the group in Ocean's 8, I'll be using supporting scene analysis to try to connect the two and make ties to Pool's theory as well. So the task track has 6 phases: problem identification, goal setting, role assignment and planning, task execution, and then evaluating and adjusting the plan, as well as the final outcome. These phases can be seen in both the movie that we chose, Ocean's 8, as well as in our own group throughout the semester. The first phase in the task track is problem identification. Our problem was we needed to find a movie that involved teamwork, planning, and strategy. And then in the movie, the problem was that Debbie was in jail and she was identifying an opportunity to steal the necklace. So she was planning this heist. And like our group, we were outlining this project and trying to problem solve how to complete it. Goal setting and role assignment are next. So we set the goal of completing all parts of this project using a group communication theory, Pool's theory, to explain the Ocean's 8 film. And then in the movie, Debbie pitches her heist to Lou, and they assemble a team of people with the skills necessary to complete this heist. So we were assigning roles, and in the movie, they were assigning roles as well. So on this slide, you will see in the top left corner what each character's role was in this film. So this first one here is Debbie. She was the planner. She was the one that was getting the plan set up and finding the people necessary to complete it. So for us, that was Marguerite. She was the one that kind of kept the ball rolling and made sure that we were meeting consistently. So we also had our own specialized roles when completing this assignment. Then we had to execute the tasks and make adjustments if needed, just like in the movie. So we all started working collaboratively and meeting pretty much weekly to complete this assignment, but we did hit a few road bumps. So we had conflicting schedules with work or extracurriculars. And then we also had a couple personal issues that arose for the group, and that made them kind of inaccessible and hard to contact. So that was definitely a struggle. And then in the group with the movie, they had to practice their tasks, which were performed independently, but they all came together for the same goal. And so they had minor setbacks as well. So Daphne caught on to them and had some suspicions, and that kind of held them back. They had to work around that. So that was an example from the movie. And then lastly, there's the final outcome. So for us, our final outcome is presenting this project currently, and we have worked together to successfully turn in all other parts of the project. And then the group in the movie, they successfully pulled off their heist and overcame all of those road bumps and struggles that they had. So that's how this movie, as well as our experience, tied back to Pool's model of communication. So that's that for that. And now I will send it over to Marguerite to talk about task relations.
Hello, my name is Shreya Matiz, and the concept that I got from Pool's theory was the topic track. The topic track summarizes the issues or concerns a group might encounter while working towards its goal. In the film, there was motive, revenge, and conflict. Debbie, the main character, had an ulterior motive besides wanting to orchestrate the heist. She wanted to get revenge for her ex-boyfriend, who was the reason that she was in prison, but she did not tell her best friend Lou until later on in the film. Lou expressed her concerns to Debbie and why her emotions coming into play could potentially endanger the whole group. Debbie listened to and reassured Lou that her personal life would not come before the group's decision and plan. They were able to move past the conflict and reach their goals, which was the heist. So, in the Inside Squad group, there wasn't necessarily much conflict, but we did identify, communicate, and rectify a situation. One of our group members had been missing for just a few meetings and wasn't really responding to a few of our texts. So, as a group, we came together so we could reach out to her so that she would still be able to engage and pass the course. After that, we ended up reaching out to our professor and we finally got a hold of our group member who expressed that they were going through some personal matters. In the end, she was still able to come together with us to do her part and just help and give her best expertise to help with this project. So now I'm going to turn it over to Marguerite Bailey.
Thank you, Jiraiya. My name is Marguerite Bailey, and for this presentation, I'll be covering the relational track according to Poole's theory. This track emphasizes interpersonal relationships between the members of a group. The clip that I have chosen to share is actually at the end of the movie, but it's perfect evidence of how the group can be formed and have cohesiveness and then experience a change in the group with an emerging relationship.
Order a 10-piece McNuggets meal with spicy nether flame sauce. And unlock epic add-ons in Minecraft. Only when you order on the McDonald's app. Let's build.
Excuse me, you are trespassing.
No, we asked her to come.
You asked her to come? Oh.
We realized a few days ago that Miss Kluger
was not a total frickin' idiot.
Might have gotten a sense of what we were doing.
You've got one of the greatest snacks in the world.
First of all, if there's one thing I know, it's bad acting.
In fact, you got the only neck that could carry this necklace off.
And I almost never throw up, even when I'm really wasted.
It was in the water. It must have fallen off while you were running.
And last but not least, I never forget a face.
Yeah. So, seems to me 8 shares of 150 million is better than 7 shares of nothing, right? Chilly.
Hi, Daff. Welcome to the team. Let's not all high five at once.
As you can see in that clip, they're all together, they're all looking at each other with the same expression, and then when Daphne walks in, it's a little chilly, as she says. It's an emerging relationship that wasn't
Plus,
expected.
I am the one who is saving your ass.
In my next slide, I'd like to point out 4 key takeaways according to Poole's theory. Number 1, relationships are key. Relationships weren't only just key in the movie, but it was key for our group on this assignment. There are 5 in our group, and each of us have our own strengths, and we're able to work together fairly quickly, cohesively. Secondly, relationship with team members. We all had to work together, each of us taking turns with agendas and minutes, and also communicating on different platforms, whether that was text message, email, or even video phone conferencing. Lastly, in the clip, you'll see that the relationship with Daphne was not intentional. It was later revealed and emerging, but she was essential to the team's final project of the heist. Just like us, all of our team members were essential for our final product of the paper and for this film analysis. While going through this process, lastly, we earned respect for one another. We respected each other's life, professional life, personal life, and we worked around each other's so that we could meet as a group and get things done. Thank you so much, and I'm going to pass the baton to Emma now.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I was tasked with looking at breakpoints. Breakpoints, as described by communicationtheories.org, is when a group tends to shift from one point to the next or they hit a turning point. This could be from disruptions in their plan leading to postponement or having to change things around or changing directions for any other reason. The supporting movie clip that I chose is while the group is in the planning stage for their heist, their designer has been tasked with studying the necklace that they're planning to steal, and while doing so, she realizes that it requires a special magnet to release the clasp, and she has to secretly find a way to take pictures and let the group know what's going on so that they can adjust their plan to sort of fix this problem or find a way to get around it. This makes stealing this priceless piece that much harder, and it's one of the key breakpoints where the group has to shift gears, change their plan to accommodate for this disruption or this change of plans. It's times like these where the group had to adjust their plan and exercise their communication skills and problem solve to sort of get their plan back on track. These slight road bumps forced them to shift gears again to get things back on track and so that they were able to successfully complete the heist like they planned. And then for our group, many of the key breakpoints that our group experienced in our project revolved around getting everyone together and having consistent communication with one another. For example, planning meetings where everyone could be there was a schedule. We had conflicting work schedules, things like that, other like conflicting class schedules as well. So planning meetings where everyone could be there and worked around schedules was definitely difficult. One member had to go to trainings for ROTC and didn't always have a stable internet connection. So if we were planning meetings, we had to make sure that she either wasn't at a training or could somehow find a stable internet connection to get on and talk with us. So that was a struggle. And then other members got sick. I know that I got sick, and other members had family losses. And so that made communication with them difficult, like planning meetings without them being there and making sure that everybody was putting in consistent effort, or just being able to reach out to people and making sure that they were responding in a timely manner. That was something that our group struggled with. But like the group of ladies in the film, we all communicated, we divided up tasks, we communicated via email, text, and had constant communication with the professor as well to make sure that we were all putting in our fair share, we were checking in with everybody, and everything got done in a timely manner. And then I'll hand it back to Jessica to finish up our conclusion. Thank you.
The Ocean's 8 team exhibited great teamwork throughout the film. The team plan was brilliant and their communication was excellent. Just like the team in the movie, our team did a great job of communication, making sure our plan was in action. By following the test track, relational track, topic track, and breakpoint sequence, the communication within the group was precise and allowed for an easy decision-making process. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and we hope you have a great day.